Danny.
Hello and good afternoon, everyone. It's us, Views from the Dungeon, your DM, Aaron, Raphael, Amin. Thanks for joining in. We got the homies here. Thank God Amin is still here, hanging out with us. I do appreciate that. Thanks for coming in for your last day before you depart. And just a quick update, I do want to just shout out to everyone as usual. Check out Beyond the Review. Their podcast is awesome if you like movies. Check out TT Tomes Guild. They love D&D. They're working on a Kickstarter for some custom character journals. So check in on that. And Staved Official is doing some flip coin dice. And then tonight we have Mates of Fate with our very own Stone participating as Lil Fane, a Water Ganassi druid. They do some cool stuff. They donate to the Trevor Project. So get your donations in there. Help them out, do your thing. But at this time, because we're going to have a little bit of a shorter session today, I think we should go ahead and get right into it. And I think Ersid has a quick recap for us.
So, our adventurers are coming to grips with the fact that we'll need to have a confrontation with one of the dragons after Cain had that conversation with the king. We're all a little bit rattled, and one afternoon the adventurers are in the
Black Metal Barrel.
Black Metal Barrel, and visited by some old friends, Marco and his family, Justine, and his cute little boy paid us a visit. It was a nice reminder for the adventurers to know, that we're doing some good things. But with that said, the adventurers decided that they might benefit from speaking with the king one more time before they thrust themselves into the dangers of the face of a dragon. They scheduled a meeting with the king. Conversation went up and down, I'd say. Some good, some bad. Ultimately, it was decided for them that they'd need to confront the Black Dragon in Orin, the one that they had met a time before. Thrust into this decision, they scrapped together some of their pals from the Broken Blades. They reaffirmed some of their family ties and their friendships. They feel convicted. They set off to what possibly might be their last encounter, as anyone might think when confronting a black dragon. Eventually, they make their way to Orin, and it's a musty place with lots of sulfuric gases swirling about. The air is thick with tremor and trepidation for all of us. Eventually, we climb down deep inside the mine where we once found him before. The destruction of the cave still there, fresh in their minds, just as it was in the world. And eventually, they re-meet the mayor who sacrificed his life so that the rest of Orin might live. He called upon them, dragon, Cain, with his silver tongue and his cursed orb. Somehow, unknown to anybody in that cave, convinced him to leave the cave. And we just stood there in shock, really. And, well, here we are.
As the great black dragon Igunir exits the cavern with Kane's once beloved possession, the Black Orb, they experience a sort of tension between themselves and the Broken Blades. As time passes, you find yourselves back on the road, headed straight for Burnwell. When you get there, it's roughly noonish. The Dreamer's Flame is high in the sky. The heat is sweltering. You can feel the moistness of sweat on your body as you are met by the opening brick gates and the hammers as they escort you all in. Are you guys trying to do anything today? Are you guys trying to rest for a little bit after what happened? What is the move?
I don't know. We should talk to the king as soon as possible, but we don't have to necessarily do it like in the same day that we return.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's imperative that we go speak with the king, though he did give us a time frame, so like it's not like he's expecting us to show up immediately. But then again, I don't really see any reason why not to just go speak with him, unless you lot have something you'd like to do.
Before we get into anything else, just for your guys' information, it is Octa Day, the 14th of the Tethered Moon.
Okay.
I'm keeping track for you guys, but I think it's good for y'all to know.
Well, I think might as well just go now. I mean, we don't have anything else going on, and it's just one thing off our list.
Just make sure you know what you're going to say before we go in there.
You know, I'm really a fly by the seat of my pants. You know, that's how I do my best work.
Not entirely sure we can afford that, mate.
Well,
I mean, what is our story?
we went in there. Since you lot are so convinced that telling the truth is the best course of action, we'll tell him the truth. We're going to go in there, we're going to tell him that we told Hagenir to leave. We made a deal with him, and he left. And you have Orin back now. That's what you wanted.
Alright, and are we expecting the king to just...
No, I'm sure he'll have his fucking cape in a bunch.
And you're positive that lying is not something we should do here. If we're going to tell the truth, should we tell all of it? What evidence are we omitting, if any? And like at this point, you guys are in the black metal barrel and you've kind of like dismissed all your workers and found yourself like a small, like the room you guys kind of have extra. So that way Marco and everyone isn't like privy to this conversation.
Yeah.
You could just say that you took something from it the first time we met it. It's really not necessarily anybody's fault that that thing was something it wanted.
I mean, I'm all for telling the truth, but I don't know if that's even necessary to even tell him about the orb. I mean...
But if we don't tell him that we had something, he's just going to assume we have some sort of power over the dragon otherwise.
Right, that's my fear here, is that if we tell him we didn't kill it, then he's just gonna be pissed. He's gonna be in a tizzy about, you guys are working with the dragons and I knew it and you got it to go away without killing it.
Yeah, that's a great impersonation
I thought so.
of the king.
Yeah.
Well, I was there with you. And like you all mentioned before, the contract doesn't say it needs to be dead.
That's right, and I mean, that's really what's working in our favor, is the language of the contract.
However, how do we just say, what? We had something he wanted and that's why he was staying?
I mean, the only reason I hesitate in even bringing up the orb is that does kind of make us look like it's kind of our fault.
Yeah.
Even if it's an accident, even if Kane didn't know, you know?
Well,
But I don't think the king is as harsh as... Look, the treatment we're getting here is the best it's going to be. If this were Weisgard, we would probably already be dead. I don't think it's that he doesn't understand. I think he's just worried. If you can explain it in enough certain terms that it was an accident, and if we use the truth circle...
That's true. So that he knows that we're being truthful.
It wasn't an accident, though. Agnir gave me that orb.
Right, that's why it's,
So I don't know
it's
how
a little
much-
more complicated.
I don't know how much he wanted it.
Well, that... Yeah,
I think...
I actually don't...
Gave you the orb
Yeah. Don't know why.
explicitly?
Well, he let me hold it. Obviously didn't give it. It was still his. But he...
Well, what exactly? Let's have a mock run. You tell me the story, and then we'll workshop it.
Okay. I grabbed the orb off the pedestal. Agnir comes to life. Everyone runs. I fall behind. Fall down. Agnir says... I don't remember what he said exactly. I was rather...
He says,
I was rather scared in the moment when it was happening,
yeah.
but we made some sort of deal. I can't remember the exact terms, but I was holding the orb. He didn't kill me. Later that night, I turned into Black Scale King.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just leave out the part that you made a deal with the dragon.
Go ahead and roll history for me, Kane.
Yeah.
To remember.
Man, I can't remember.
If Riley doesn't remember, that doesn't necessarily mean Kane doesn't.
Right, that's true.
Yeah. All right, here we go. That's a fucking 8.
Okay, yeah. You guys are in the same boat. You do remember... Deal is a strong word for what it really was.
Maybe it was more, that he gave pity to you, or mercy.
I'm sure there was something underlying for Agnir. I was making dealings with whatever resides within the orb, and perhaps Agnir couldn't do it on his own.
Well, we're speculating at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, just leaving that part out in general is probably the better idea. I just don't think that there's a good enough lie we can come up with that's going to save the situation.
Well, right, that's why I don't think that that's a good idea. Perhaps maybe leave out the part that the orb was magical and it was talking to you and it wanted you to do things. I think that's what you should leave out.
I think he's going to assume the orb is magical, but I do agree with Acid with everything else he said.
Sure, yeah, I suppose you might. If the dragon wanted it, it's probably magical, but leave out the part where the orb was telling you to do things.
Right.
Because then that puts our loyalty in question.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't told him. He doesn't even know about the orb at all.
Right. Okay. Well,
So,
Let's bloody go then.
somebody want some tea? Real quick. Maybe we break for some tea and biscuits before?
Okay. Sure.
something to ease the tension.
Yeah. So I go into my room.
Which looks like...
No, you stay here. I'll be right
You're
back.
such a fuck.
I'll be right back. And I go into my room, and you can just hear from the other room that like it's just all this like clanging and just like a bunch of like cupboards opening and like pots clanging together and a glass breaks and then I come back in, and I've got these kind of old, rusty-looking, not not rusty, but they're just old and worn, used like tea kettle and teacups and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, we can just say that we do
You
it.
guys have
Glad
tea.
you're
we
able
have
to
I wasn't
find
gonna.
that.
I wasn't, yeah.
It's just I like the idea of us just sitting down and having some tea.
Okay.
And as you guys sip and take the time to take in the calm and prep for a conversation that was supposed to be 6 months away, has now been shortened into a 4-day span as the sound of your cups clink against the table and you exit the black metal barrel, walking up through the smelting and into the iron district. And the same old Burnwell that you've come to know, even though full of troglodytes, crime, destitution, now has this immense gravity hanging over it, as if you are being judged by those who aren't even looking at you. The gates are opened by the guards and they escort you all, sort of aware of the situation. And you make it into the castle itself. Are escorted up the stairs and into that same throne room where King Eltar sits. He raises his head and he waves his hand from left to right. And the guards sort of surround you side by side, and two of them go back and close the doors. One of the guards next to you, as he flicks his finger, you see that instead of a spear, this guard is holding a stave. And you are covered in a sort of ruddy bronze light. I need you all to make a charisma save.
What's a stave?
It's a staff.
Oh, okay.
21.
A charisma save?
Yes.
8.
13.
Okay.
That's not good, right? Like, if I think that this is what I think it is.
Yeah.
And King Eltar steps down in his royal regalia, his sort of like maroon velvet cape draping down the small steps as he coasts towards you. We will be doing this with my magic today. Not for fear that I do not trust you. However, I think if this is going to be listed amongst the royal archives, we shall govern the proceedings. You've come back quite quickly. What has happened? And before you speak, you hear one of the guards. Sir, this one with the tattoos and the scales. I see. Guards, restrain him.
My God.
Cool, for sure.
Cool.
Absolutely. Cool. Tight.
So, this may not be of any fault of your own. I understand the wheel and weave of magic, and how sometimes your resistance is natural.
Very.
However, you will not be speaking.
Fucking
For
no.
sure. For
I
sure.
knew it was
It's just.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Absolutely.
So, 4 days have passed since we have established a contract. What you have all been up to, I am not so sure. However, I do know that you have left the confines of my kingdom. What do you all return to report?
So, am I to understand that I'm under oath and that I'm under the magical spell of truthness, Your Highness?
This should feel familiar to you, yes.
Yes. All right. Well,
Well, we've completed the contract. I know it's early.
but
But-
Orin is free
Yes.
from the reign of the Black Dragon.
And I'm going to be very honest. It wasn't as hard as maybe you expected it to be.
What we expected it to be.
Correct. I completely went in thinking I was going to die. And that is the truth. But we had something of this dragon's.
Specifically, Cain.
Cain had something of this dragon's. He had taken it when we first went down into the mines, unbeknownst that it was something this dragon really wanted. Because it let him take it. So
It did let him leave with it.
And how do you know this? Is this what Cain tells you?
yes.
This is what Cain tells me, yes. So it is what I believe to be true.
Continue.
So we brought the object back and told it to leave.
We
Asked.
politely,
And because we had the thing,
to our surprise,
it
he
worked.
obliged.
Correct. I really didn't expect it to go like this. I didn't think that this thing was so important because if it was, why would it let us take it? It was just a ball.
Well, look, when we were here last time and I was, fighting tooth and nail to not do this thing, I can rest assured that I'm telling you the truth, that I did not know that it would be as easy as it was, and I can't believe that it happened this way. It all shook out this way.
And to that end, if I ever see it again, I promise I'll fight it on sight. Personally.
Okay, I guess I'll help you.
The king paces back and forth, stroking through his beard, his brow furrowed as he sort of digests this information. So, do you know what it is you gave to this dragon?
We just look. A black ball?
To my knowledge, it was a glass-looking black orb.
That is all you know.
It's magic? In some capacity.
That is true. It is magic. I would assume.
I mean, she really doesn't know.
I mean, yeah, I also don't
Much
fully
about
understand.
it, so.
Go ahead
But I
and
see
roll
what you're
persuasion.
trying to do to us. Oh, God. Okay, me? I have more persuasion.
You do have
I
more persuasion.
I have +3 to persuasion.
Do I want disadvantage on this? Because he asked, is that all you know? And you gave him an answer that wasn't an answer.
14.
14.
Jesus.
I am convinced you are all telling the truth due to the nature of the situation you're in. To have the power to lie through something like this is impressive. And though I do not doubt you all, I am not entirely sure that is something you hold. So, this dragon, how did it leave?
Did it leave? Did it just...
Well, okay, wait. Time out so I don't incriminate myself. It just walked away, but I did make mention maybe last time that and we would have climbed out from the mine and seen the town and like not seen it anywhere.
Correct. I mean, it would have been hard to see once you've entered the town because it is heavily obscured by a stinking cloud.
Okay. So, just to clarify, by what my character actually saw, what I actually know, is that it turned around and walked away through the underground, right? It just kind of, yeah.
Sir.
Okay. Well, I guess that's what I'll tell him.
It just kind of bounced. I don't know.
Well, your king personship.
He raises an eyebrow.
Everyone's like,
Why is it always me that has to do this?
I don't know. You have more persuasion than me. She's just like, yes. Uh-huh.
So, once we had Kane had handed over the orb to the dragon, it kind of became quiet, solemn, and it turned around and it walked away into the underbelly of the cave systems.
It did mention that its stay was over.
Oh, okay.
It said something like, my stay has been cut
My
short, or something.
Occupation.
My occupation, yeah.
Some dragon-like.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is true, Your Honor. He did say that.
We know how it looks and how it sounds. But we really were trying to help. And for the moment, this seemed like the best course of action.
And he turns around and he's staring out this large window that acts as the backdrop for his throne. As the light of the Dreamer's flame coasts in, you can see like the sparkle and glitter of dust as it sifts about the room. And without turning, he sort of raises his voice. So, if you were in my position as king, knowing that a great and devious creature escaped unbeknownst to the rest of the kingdom due to the effects of you three here, which, by the terms of your story, it seems you were all, in some way, shape, or form, the cause of its occupation of my village. How would you proceed?
On God, don't know, bro. I'm having crazy deja vu right now, though. Like, it's insane.
Well,
I get that we've sort of put you in a bad position, and I understand the gravity of it. Even as it was happening, I wished that we had just gone in to kill it. But we still could, if it comes back, if we see it again.
And he sort of turns his head over his shoulder. That is respectable. However, that does not answer my question.
okay, let me try knowing that I am under the spell of the zone of truth, I'd like to say a few things.
Garrison puts his glasses on. Pulls out
Pulls out
his
his-
notebook.
my reading glasses.
Scroll.
Oh, yeah, his scroll is just like...
You ask, what would I do in your position? Well, Your Majesty, I don't know, because I'm not a king. I don't know you very well, but you seem like a just king who cares deeply about his what?
People.
This is his own truth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mad at him, and I think that sometimes he's difficult to work with, but I believe that he cares about his people.
I'm just confirming.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Anyway. I believe that you're a just king and that you care deeply about your people and your kingdom, and that's respectable. And I believe that if anyone would have the experience and knowledge of governance, it would be someone like you. So while I don't know what you should do, I will tell you that I care about this city. I care about the people that are here. I come from a nomadic tribe of Iscandia. Maybe you've heard of them. And we care deeply about the people in our kinship. I always try to do the right thing for people. And I want you to know that I care about Burnwell's best interests. And if that means going out there and fighting a dragon, then, you know, it's not ideal, to be honest. I don't even want to do that, but if that's what you've tasked me with to do, then that's what I'll do.
Oh, persuasion with advantage.
Oh no.
Oh, sad.
Fell under there.
Corrupt my dice.
Drop these ones too.
Oh, fuck, I moved it. 18.
And he stands for a moment and lets out a large sigh. There were no reports of dragons flying overhead. A creature that large is hard to spot. So, if this dragon...
Hard to miss.
Oh, yes, you're correct.
He said shit, yeah.
Yep. Thank you for correcting the king.
You're not in the zone of truth.
So, with that in mind, that means either it has made home deeper inside of my mind, or there is some sort of path that it has taken. Where that path leads is of the utmost import. Soul is closing up this path. And before I call judgment upon you, I have one last question. Do you feel that Cain shares the same values as you do?
Zone of truth.
Yeah, I know.
I know, I was gonna say, so true.
Let me tell you what I think about Cain.
Look,
Motherfucker.
I was gonna say, are we here to rant?
You just get a roast in the courtroom.
Cain's the type of guy to...
Okay, hold on. This is a serious situation.
Okay. You know, Cain comes from a troubled past that I didn't know much about.
Doesn't have a mom, doesn't have a dad.
Yes. I believe I've made mistakes in my life, and I've been very grateful that I've been afforded the opportunity for the path of redemption. You know, Cain didn't know what would happen when he took that orb, and I know that because I know what type of person he is. He's hard on the outside because of the way that his life has gone. I mean, you're a king. You've seen all sorts of walks of people. But on the inside, he's always been there. He's got my back. He's got Narissa's back. He cares about the people who are close to him. And, well, I can't specifically speak on his behalf to say whether he has a deep love or affection for the city of Burnwell. I mean, he's not a monster though, and he doesn't like innocent people being in danger. And I know that he wouldn't want any undue harm to come upon anybody. And that he does care about the people that are important to him. And so I'm important to him, and Narissa is important to him. And by virtue of that, I believe that he will find that what we find is important to him.
King strokes through his beard for a moment. I believe that this would be considered fair judgment. If you do not agree, well, that is a conversation we can have. But I propose that we make an amends to this contract. Understanding that this dragon has evacuated my mind through means unknown to myself or the people of Orin, I would ask you, as a guild, to survey this entrance, find out where it leads, and report back to me within the 6-month time frame that we have established.
Okay. I think we can do that. But what I suppose, if I may ask, everything I've told you is true.
I understand.
And I do want to help, and I have no problem going on further to investigate the mine. All I would ask then is there a finish line for us so that there's not this fear of retribution from the kingdom? Do you know what I mean? I want to help, but I want to help willingly. I want to help out of the goodness of my heart rather in fear of retribution. Does that make sense?
Roll persuasion.
Fuck.
It's a natural one.
Oh,
Bug.
what's total?
4.
Four total.
Bug.
Ersid of Tribe Iscandia. And he sort of steps toward you, eye to eye, man to man. Do you feel fear when I stand before you? Or do you fear your confidence or lack thereof in completing the tasks that I have proposed? Into the mic?
I try not to.
You turn towards it.
Well, for the last task that you gave us, there was fear of like not completing it. There's fear of the task itself, right? The fear of dying on the task. For this task, no, I don't feel fear in completing the task. What I do fear, if I may, what I do fear is that we go and we complete the task and we come back and we will report to you, and then, you know, the time frame has not changed or the contract is not completed, and then there's still this overhanging dread that you might
Banish you from my kingdom.
banish me from the kingdom, which is something that I would not like.
Would you consider Burnwell home, Ersid? A nomadic man as yourself.
You know, that's something that I've had to reconcile with, though I have been away from the tribe of Iscandia for many years now. I've been on my own, but in this past, I don't know how long we've been in Burnwell.
Gosh, you guys have been, I think it's been like a 4-month trip.
Okay.
You guys have been going on.
In these past months that I've been here, I've made a home. I have. I've invested into real estate here with my pals. And this is the place that I call home. This is the place that I know that when I'm out there in the wilderness and I need a break from it, need to recharge, I come back here. And home is where the heart is, and these are all the people that I care most about.
Then, you understand the feeling is mutual. And any decisions I make are to protect my heart, my home, and my kingdom. So, I don't believe there is any fear. I'm not asking you to exterminate anything. You have freed my village, but you've discovered something that needs to be surveyed. And so that's all I ask. I must know what is at the end of the tunnel. Quite literally.
I suppose it's something that we should do for you then.
No, I'd be very willing to do that. I would love to do that for you. Genuinely, I would like to do that because it's as much as my interest as it is in yours. There is an existential threat of certain dragons that are out there, and we need to be informed. I guess the whole reason I brought up all that stuff about the contract ending and stuff is I would like a working relationship with the kingdom rather than a commanding relationship. And perhaps we can get there, and I hope that we can get there eventually.
Then, you do this for me, for my kingdom, and talks in the future, I'm sure we'll have a much more positive ambiance. I know I ask a lot of you all, for fear of my people, for fear for myself, simply uncertain of what is to come. However, I do believe you are the guild that has saved the town of Orin. You brought my people back. So, because of that, I will extend my trust to you all. He shakes your hand.
Dang. For sure.
And as he goes back to his throne, Hammers, open the doors. They can leave. Rutherford, let them know. By the end of 6 months' time, I expect this tunnel to be surveyed. And then, the guild, known as the Broken Blades, shall no longer be under probation of the king. You may all leave.
Thank you.
We appreciate the mercy.
this is merciful, then I am glad that we can start again. And he sort of raises his hand, and the guards release you, Kane, and they escort you all out of the kingdom.
Or out of the
king's castle.
castle?
Yeah.
Just straight out the kingdom. They said, see you later.
Out of Rotbrick Castle. Yep, you guys are just gone. Like, go, leave now.
Be gone.
Your next quest starts now.
I guess that went well enough. Anyway.
Yeah, I thought that.
Yeah, I thought it went great. Well done, you.
Kane. What would we do without you? Not be in this shite situation.
I was gonna say not be right here.
And as you all descend the steps, what's on the itinerary? What's the move?
So she's like, I'll catch you later, basically. I'm gonna have her go buy some stuff for our war room, I guess.
Okay.
Unless you want to come with. She just wants to buy maps. And I want to buy one of those trained ravens.
Are you telling us all that?
Yeah, she'll tell you that.
Alright. I think I'm gonna go have a wee smoke at the tavern.
Oh, and she kind of gestures. If you could, Ersid, this might be a better job for you than me. There's a lot of rumors that go around this town, it seems. And keeping tabs on them at this point in time might be smart. Especially if people are going to be spreading them around us. Think you could start some lines of information around this place.
I feel like that's more up Kane's alley.
Yeah, but you're like sneaky. I don't know.
Oh, that's true. Maybe it's a dual thing. What exactly do you mean? Do you mean you want us to go find informants, little spiders around the kingdom?
Something like that, yes.
You and spiders.
You do like spiders.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's something we'll explore later in Ersid's character. All right. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Kane, you want to go find informants and spread rumors and lies?
Yeah, I'd love to.
I thought you would.
I thought you would.
Are you guys trying to do this now, or are you going to go with Narissa on her little shopping trip real fast?
No, she'll probably complete her tasks faster if I wasn't there.
Ersid's one of those window shoppers. Has to look at everything.
I'll go with Ersid too. You said you were going to a tavern.
Well, I was just going to go back to the Black Melt Barrel and have a smoke, but maybe what we can do is go to, is there like a busy area where there's lots of people and like a
Furnace Exchange. I mean, a lot of the smelting is busy, whether there's like different merchants coming in, the unsheltered roaming about. The smelting is always quite busy.
The last coin's in the smelting, isn't it?
The last coin, so the smelting is like all of the bottom half of Burnwell. The last coin, or my last coin, is in the Furnace Exchange.
Okay.
Well, why don't we start there?
Great place to get information, taverns.
Okay, we'll start there. Yours seems pretty quick. I don't think there's going to be too much role play. Let's see. What maps do you want? You know you want a map of the world.
Map of the world, like maybe a smaller map of the kingdoms? Like if I could get a map of like Weisgard or something, that would be nice.
Map of Weisgard.
That would be nice.
Okay, a map of anywhere else.
I kind of already know the layout of Burnwell, but maybe the major cities get a map of, if they have it.
Burnwell? Okay.
Of the major...
Yeah, like
cities,
Arid, Burnwell, Weisgard.
Oh, of the major kingdoms. Okay.
Because that might be useful.
Yeah,
So.
we have to sneak into a city one time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and having like the layout would be good. So probably those three. most importantly. I don't know if they would have anything like on Molly 2 shoe. I'd probably buy one if they did. And then just like ink and paper.
Ink and paper, that's everything.
Yeah, and the Raven, but I don't know how much that's gonna.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah. That one shouldn't be hard to find. I think maps might be a little different, just because it's not like you're going to like the gift shop. And there's like a world atlas.
Buying a map.
But wouldn't there? I mean, I don't know this world, but
There's gotta. I mean, I'm sure there
at
are
least
maps.
a continental general map.
Yeah.
I think a world map would be the easiest to find.
Oh, yeah.
But looking for kingdom maps inside of a different kingdom might be a little bit harder.
Sure.
So go ahead and just roll me investigation.
For sure, really good at that. 11.
11.
It's 12 minus 1.
Damn. It's no problem whatsoever to get a map of the world. There's definitely maps of Burnwell, but out of the 3 kingdoms that you've provided, being Viceguard, Molly Tushu, and Arid, the only map that they have is Viceguard.
I'll buy it.
That's good.
Okay. All in all, with like the parchment and the ink and quill and things like that, I think I can let it all go for about 2 gold.
Easy enough.
Yeah, I think that should be more than enough. And these are good maps. These are well put together maps. They might not have everything marked, but you get a certain gist of the world and certain like landmarks of Viceguard pretty easily. You're not gonna find like sewers or like a in-depth,
that's fine.
nothing crazy like
Roll
that.
them up, stick them in my bag.
As far as the Raven goes, there's one that they can let go. The Falconeers sometimes have some that are kind of extra. It depends on what's going on in the world. And even though it's important for there to be communication, actually roll me a general charisma check.
Good.
3.
3.
I can look. I have a lot of gold. I can throw in a couple of extra.
Someone like you, me 100 gold.
Someone like me,
Yeah.
racist. I have. I mean, I have enough. I just haven't done the math yet because I haven't taken everything out of this. Okay.
We should hire an accountant.
Yeah, apparently. I have 1,500 basically.
Wow.
So you are buying this bird?
Yeah. Fucking 100 gold bird.
And it's a well taken care of raven. About like, I think ravens can get to about 2 feet tall.
Yeah, they get pretty
it's
big.
a bigger raven. It has a nice glistening coat, and it like caws, and it sort of responds to you. He throws in like one of the like arm gloves, so that way you can carry it around. He doesn't really tell you much or say much after that. No training guide, no
For sure.
tips,
Yep.
no anything like that. And I'm gonna have you. Your passive perception is 10.
Giving it scratches.
Nothing. But I do want you to make a general animal handling check.
Yeah, I've been doing really good, so.
Good.
Maybe I should have gone with you.
Here it
Yeah,
comes.
maybe.
Here comes a good roll.
You need to stop saying that. It's a 1.
It's a 1. Like as you're like walking through the city, it like keeps squawking at people, and like anytime you like try to say something, it like starts pecking you between your shoulder and like neck, and like it's not hard, but it's not like a nice playful peck. It's like you shut up.
Stop
Yeah.
it.
So they just keep you guys keep
Stop.
going back and forth. But you make it back to the black metal barrel with all of these devices.
Great.
And before anything happens there, did you guys want to do your shit while she did this? Or is there a different, like, what is your plan for the day?
I suppose.
Yeah, I figured we would have just left immediately after and gone to do it.
So you guys are going to the last coin? My last coin?
Yeah, I guess we can go to that.
Okay. What? And then I have a good idea of what you guys are trying to do, but I want to hear it in your words so that
Sure.
way I don't mess anything up.
Well, maybe we'll have this conversation as we're walking there.
Okay.
So Narissa seems suggested that if we're gonna have any kind of sphere of influence, you gotta play the politics. You gotta have the informants.
Yeah. I think we should talk to the kids.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking we find some 10-year-old, tempt them with some money. Maybe also like a barkeep.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, can't remember his bloody name, but
Wolf,
Welf?
the Dragonborn?
Yeah.
What? Who's this guy?
Welf's the guy who made my eye. Well, my 2 glass eyes that now I don't use.
Is he a busy guy? Does he get a lot of traffic?
I feel like the last coin is fairly popular.
Oh, wait, the last coin. I thought that was a tavern.
last
Why did you
coin.
make your eye?
He also is a smithy of sorts.
Oh, okay.
Glass blower.
Great.
Glass blower, yeah.
So we have some relation with him already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of an in. But is she wanting us to spread our own rumors?
She left that. It seemed kind of vague when she told me, but you know me. I'm not a malicious person, but I could see how that could be advantageous. Though I don't have any rumors that I think that I have in mind that would be advantageous for us at the moment. But perhaps just establishing those kind of informant relationships would be beneficial.
Yeah.
So maybe we can start there.
We'll start with the relationship building.
All right. So my last coin.
My last coin.
All right.
And like as you are walking, a couple of kids kind of like run past you. And they're like, "Excuse me, sir. You was the one that it's appeared that one night, wasn't you? You was his friend,
Yeah.
and now your eye is different.
Yeah. Same
Oh.
night, in fact.
You've
Is that
got
what they call black eye?
No. This
Well, it's
is
black, ain't it?
Yeah, but a black eye is when you get punched in your face.
you got a pretty good memory there, little rascal.
It's important to have a good memory in this city.
What's your name?
Well, oh, you don't remember our name? Yeah, he doesn't remember our names. Yeah, you don't remember our name.
Mate, I nearly died that night when I disappeared, so forgive me.
I might forget something if I die too. All right, Mister. Yeah, well, I'm Rutherford. And this little one here is Thomas. Yeah, I'm Thomas.
Rutherford and Thomas.
Are you blokes? Are you brothers?
Might as well be.
I get it. We might as well be brothers.
Might as well.
Y'all don't
be.
look like brothers. Y'all both might be elves, half elves, but
Yeah, close enough then.
Yeah, it's called a metaphor, but anyway.
metaphor. Met who for?
Fucking hell.
That's alright.
Hey, you guys hear a lot of things going on in the city, I'm sure.
Well, shall we hear things? I mean, we have ears.
Yeah. Do you spread things too? You be telling people the things that you hear?
How are you saying this?
Oh,
Like in a
in a shady way. They know what I'm saying.
or
So
like
you like trying to like shake them down a little bit, or are you trying to like
be friendly with them.
Yeah, I'm being friendly about it.
roll persuasion?
$14.
I mean, what exactly you mean by that? Kids talk. Sometimes people listen to kids, sometimes people don't.
Yeah, but sometimes kids listen.
Do you remember Rutherford, do you remember that last time that I saw you? I asked you to do something for me.
You asked me to keep an eye on someone.
Ah, that's right. It was a long time ago. That's all right. I offered you some gold, I think, in exchange for you to do me a favor. If I remember correctly, that was... Do you remember?
I mean, that was the favor.
Uh-huh.
And so you're saying we'll get paid? Rutherford, I don't know if they can pay us as much as we need. Well, we'll have to see about that. Well, how much can you pay us? What's the shake here?
I want to know. We're trying to network here, kid. I'm gonna level with you.
You ever heard of networking, kid?
What? I know how a net works. It catches things.
Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. You're being real literal right now.
What?
Hey, it's all right. What my friend here is trying to say. This is some bad buddy cop movie. What we're trying to say is, we need friends. You know how you need friends in a place where you live so that you feel safe?
I mean, we have lots of friends, and that's why we're safe here.
That's good. That's good. Exactly. We're kind of new to this city, and we need some friends. Okay? And we need friends we need friends that are going to look out for us. And, it won't even be free. We'll pay you. So we need a couple of bright young kids like yourselves to help us be our friends and make more friends here in this city.
You want to make more friends?
Yeah, or at least tell us.
I'm gonna squat down to their level, and I'm gonna shake my coin purse. And I'm gonna say, we just want information. If you hear something bad, if you hear something good, we want to know the inner workings of the city. We don't really care so much about what goes on up in the towers of the castle. We want to know what the word is on the street.
I heard your friend here tell you needed money. How much money do you need?
And they sort of like look at each other and they look around and go ahead and roll insight. Or what's your passive insight?
It's like 16, I think. Let me check. Let me double check.
In yours, Kane?
16.
14.
You look a little nervous.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And like Rutherford, the older one, sort of like looks around and he looks at you guys. Talk to Thomas real fast.
Who's Thomas?
That's his brother.
Oh, sorry. Okay, forget that I said that.
We'll just be right over here. We're not going anywhere.
All right. I'm just trying to help you out.
And you kind of see them, and they kind of like they get as far away from you as possible while staying with like an eyesight. And they're talking to each other, and they're kind of like pushing each other around. And you see them get kind of like Thomas gets kind of huffy, and Rutherford's like trying to calm him down. And they come back. Is there like a time frame that we might be doing this for?
Yeah, always.
Always.
Yeah.
So how much can we expect? And how often?
I'll tell you what.
I'll pay you every time you come and tell me something.
Every time you come and tell us what's going on in the city, we'll pay you. And every time you come and tell us what's going on in the city and there's something about the broken blades or me or him, we'll pay you extra.
And then Thomas kind of steps up. Well, okay then, but we have to discuss the terms of pay.
Well,
What's extra? What's standard?
That's right.
it's depending on what's the information you're giving me. If you're telling me every time the rat shits in the alleyway, I'm not going to give you much.
We're not going to waste your time like that. We have things that we need to do as well.
Okay.
Listen, I want to make a payment plan that's going to work for you. So you tell me how much you said you needed, and we'll start the negotiation from there.
10 gold.
That's how much you need?
10 gold per rumor. 20 gold if it involves the broken blades.
What's your end goal here?
What are you? I'm trying to get to know you. What are you saving for? Are you saving for education? You're saving for
They owe someone money.
a house? You owe someone money.
Look, we have to get out of this city. It's fine for now, but we can't be here forever.
Okay, so you want to make a better life for yourself. I can respect that.
Sure. Me as well.
What if we do 5 gold? Now hear me out. 5 gold per rumor. 10 gold if it involves us and our friends. And I will personally, in other ways, help you and your friend have a better life. Eventually.
What exactly does that mean? In better ways. In other ways.
We can't help you if you don't tell us what you're running from. I'm not saying I'm going to solve your problem tomorrow. But a little bit of gold in your pocket should help in the meantime.
Well, how about this? 5 gold per rumor. 15 for broken blades rumors. And 10 gold now to establish good faith.
Well, what secret do you have for me today to establish good faith?
Well, they're trying to run you out of business.
Who is?
Don't think I can tell you who.
Here's 5 gold. You tell me the rest of that story and I'll give you 5 more.
Here's 10 for the good faith.
So what, 15?
That's 15 you've got in your hands.
And then you tell us the rest of that
10.
rumor.
10 for the good faith.
Uh-huh.
And for the secret. 5 for the rest. It's 20 gold, mate.
It's 20 gold.
That's better than peddling for the rest of the day, isn't it?
Thomas, go ahead and tell him. Thomas kind of looks around. Look, let's just say some old friends of yours.
Sure.
Fucking knew
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Good, lads.
Do you have a name?
Do I have a name?
No. Just tell me one name from these people that are trying to run us out of business. Any name. Could be a first name, a
Can't
last
do
name.
that. You know their names.
We know the names. We know who it is.
All right. I'll tell you. So, thank you, Rutherford and Thomas. Anytime you have any kind of information, you come to the Broken Blades, to the Black Metal Barrel. You know where to find us. And you tell us what you've got to tell us, and we'll give you 5. And if it's about us or the Broken Blades, we'll give you 15. And I'll even throw something else in. If you want to make this your own little business, you go and you find your friends if they want a job, and you connect them to me and my friend here, and we'll give you a bonus every time we get one of your new friends to work for us.
It's called a sign-on.
Be your own boss.
This is okay. And like, you see Thomas give Rutherford a very stern look. And Thomas looked at you all. I think that's a deal.
All right.
And they shake their dirty little grubby hands with you at the same time, like one on each side, and they both shake your hand, and then they just sort of run off.
Okay. Well, that was easier than I thought it would be.
It went well.
Well, do we go talk to my last coin? We may as well.
I suppose, yeah.
And are you just looking for information or more contacts?
We're looking.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is setting up the contacts.
Mm.
Okay. I'll have one of you roll me just a general charisma check.
Yeah. $17.
17. As you're in there, it seems like a couple of people are like actually saying hi to you guys. Strangely enough, Wolf remembers you and he asks you to come to the bar for a free drink.
Sure, why not?
Actually, really quick, not to retro, but before we walk into the bar, can I say something to him?
Sure.
Okay. I was thinking, based on what Rutherford, is it Rutherford or Rutherford?
Rutherford.
Okay.
He
just missed. Okay. Based on what Rutherford and Thomas told us,
Yeah.
I was thinking, before we didn't think of any rumors to start spreading,
Mm.
but if it turns out that Val and her little scallywag bandits
Yeah.
are trying to make us look bad, maybe we should start having people
Do the same.
will do the same, or at least start saying good things about us.
Yeah. Tarnish them and
Make ourselves look
raise
better.
us up.
Spread good rumors about ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then we go in.
Okay. Awesome.
And then he invites us for a drink.
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
So you met this guy before?
Yeah.
You all met this guy
Yeah,
before.
we both.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was there. Okay. I'll have an ale, thank you.
Anything but my friends. So, how are you?
Doing well. Appreciate the glasswork.
Yeah.
Well, it seems you are friends of my friends.
Yeah. Who?
What are your friends?
Come on now. Look at me.
You're a friendly guy.
Meaning not have skills.
Oh.
I think. I don't know.
Lots of things have scales, mate.
Yeah. They do. Fish have scales. Anyways, I'll take an L.
Sure.
So any happenings been coming through?
Looking for anything particular?
I don't know. You heard of anybody been assassinated lately?
Well, I mean, there's the assassination that's on everyone's mind.
The prince.
Prince indeed.
Right. What have we heard about that lately? Anything in the city? Don't remember this.
Things have been quiet since, Aaron left the city. People aren't exactly sure why.
Why they left?
Some will say it's because of the deaths in Orin. I think it's something a little more than that.
Well, I do know that a fairly big battalion of them were in the Red Inlet Valley.
Aye.
Mm-hmm. There was a magical storm there.
I know.
You know that we were the ones who quelled it?
Really?
Indeed.
That's right.
Interesting.
Go ahead and let the world know that. We're not just, your average sales
If I may-
swords.
If I may speak frankly with you, sir.
Sure, Frank.
All right. I appreciate the ales. We're not oblivious to what goes on in this city, and we've heard tell that there might be certain groups that don't have our best interest, and I want you to know that I'm a family man. We have a small business just like you, and we want the best for your business and the city. And I was wondering if perhaps we could help each other mutually.
What does that mean?
Well, we heard that those carnival folk, they're not so friendly. They're really just in it for themselves here, plundering off of this city, taking what they can.
But
Giving
we've
nothing
set up
back.
we've set up shop here in the city. We've invested into this kingdom, and we really want the best for Burnwell.
Yeah, so, just keep an eye out for them. We wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you from them. There's no one safe from tragedy's grubby fingers. I know that firsthand.
And they sort of raise an eyebrow. Well, I'll keep that in mind. However, I've heard nothing but good things about ye.
Oh, really?
About us?
At least I'd say. Some people might not agree.
Well, who tells you that?
You hear things out here in this city. Look, I own a tavern.
Sure.
People talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Over here. So you would say that our
Presents.
general reception to the people of Burnwell is good.
And he gets low and spreads his elbows over the table and starts whispering. Look, I'll say, I appreciate what you've been doing. Everyone else might not.
Everyone else being humans, being...
General citizens.
I guess you could say both.
Well, I want to see you succeed in your business. So maybe my friend and I, we have a proposition for you.
What does that mean? A proposition from, it sounds like competitors.
Well,
Oh, no.
yeah.
Well,
I
us?
mean, I suppose we are technically competitors.
Yeah, but
because
we're
we
in a
both own
different-
taverns.
Area. Also, you do glass, we do metal. We're also,
That's not part of my business. Anyway.
yeah.
And he sort of stands back up. So, what's your proposition?
We're just trying to establish, connections, information.
If you could, just make an effort to tell people about the good work that we're doing, maybe what happened in the Redolent Valley, about that magical storm, and maybe help us establish good
Be a-
face
Yeah, beacon, of hope.
and be a proponent of what we're doing here and our cause.
And he's flashing his glasses, just wiping them down. Now, like I told you, things I appreciate you for might not be exactly appreciated by the whole of the kingdom. You'd like me to continue spreading that word?
Yeah, continue spreading that word, but also maybe throw in a couple of negative words or two about those carnival folk.
I want you to roll. Go ahead and roll insight.
Both.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a natural one.
17.
17. Ersid, you're starting to pick up what Welf is putting down. Welf is a dragonborn.
Okay.
And
Well,
he-
that would have been
He,
good to know.
Yeah.
you guys didn't.
No, that's why I said humans.
I couldn't remember.
He
what
likes
it
what we're
was.
doing because we helped the Dragonborn city, but other people hate them.
But
But also, the rumor is that you are cavorting with dragons.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Fuck.
Interesting. Interesting predicament you have us in here. You know, if you could maybe just be kind of general with the good that we do in this city, you know?
About the good you do for the city,
Yeah, keeping it safe.
keeping it localized.
Right.
Roll persuasion.
Me?
I'm not the one who said it.
You can help if
14.
depending on what you say.
Just keep the dragon speak on the down low. We're not trying to ruffle anyone's feathers. We want to help you, but we also want to help the general populace.
You got a 14.
Yeah.
I can't give you advantage for that.
Okay.
Just because of specifically what he said.
Okay.
And you look and he kind of like looks off. Aye. Maybe a word here or two.
Yeah. Nothing crazy, you know. Just every once in a while you hear someone talking and it seems like a time you might chime in, mention us in a good way, you know? Or mention those carnival folk in a bad way.
Well, is there anything else I can do for you two?
I don't think so.
No, I'll just take a case of this ale to go.
All right. That'll be about 2 gold.
All right.
I'll give him another 2.
I appreciate your respect here. However, I'll have to be honest with you. I'm not sure I can, in good conscience, say what you want me to say. However, I won't say anything bad about you. I simply thought we were on the same level.
I don't think we're not.
You don't. Look, mate, there's not much else I can say here with all these people.
Sure.
But I thought you were doing something big.
Oh.
And now, well, it seems like you are just like any other mercenary guild.
No, that's not true. We are well above average. to any other mercenary guild. Who else you know who can talk to dragons and live to tale?
Aye. But that tale seems to be coming from too many mouths. And here I thought you could speak with dragons and speak for them. But now I see. Let's just be lucky.
Well, I am lucky, but I never said I wasn't speaking for dragons.
Then why keep the word quiet? Look, mate, and he gets low again. Their return is something that we have faith in. My people.
Understandable.
Oh, listen. I want the best for Dragonborn.
And some of us believe that means the dragons should have their best as well.
Let me ask you a question before we take our leave. Do you think that it is possible for dragons to come back and coexist peacefully with everyone?
I've been like that once before.
Okay. Well, to that end, I can say that I agree with that.
Roll deception?
No, with everything that's happened, I got this guy and this little blue gem. That seems to be kind of my character arc.
Okay.
I think that's kind of what this is all coming to a head. I mean, and Ericid is a amicable guy, you know. I in the beginning, I was like, ooh, dragons are scary. But now, you know, over the course of this journey that we've all been on, if we can all coexist, I mean, that's the ideal world. Obviously, you know.
That's
Then
so
roll
funny.
persuasion.
I feel like I've gone in the opposite direction where I'm not fucking with dragons right now.
Look, there's a lot of work to be done, especially with Kanua and yeah. Anyway, persuasion.
Yeah.
Bro, this dice is fucked.
All of my dice have been
one
rolling
again?
really
Yeah, a
bad.
natural 1. 4.
Look, mate. I have nothing bad to say about you. But this conversation here, I'm not entirely sure what you believe.
Alright. That's fair. That's fair.
Fair enough.
But I know that I can't convince you, but that's what I believe. I believe that if we can all coexist, dragons as well, then that's a better world for everyone, if we can all coexist. You may not believe me, but that's what I believe. And if it takes some time for you to believe me, then that's alright. We'll be back. We'll be around.
Aye.
Indeed,
You'll
we
always
will.
have a seat here.
Great. Well,
Thanks for the ales.
thanks a lot, Welf.
I hope when you come back, you'll be with the Will of Flame as well.
Okay.
And he nods and goes back to scrubbing his mugs. And you make your way back to the black metal barrel, I assume.
Yeah.
She's in there beating this bird up.
And on that, we're going to go ahead and take a little break, you guys. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you in about 15.
Probably not even that long, because we don't have that much time left. Probably doesn't need to be a whole 15 minutes.
I'm down with a shorter break, if that's okay.
Okay.
Well, that was interesting.
Bro, I hate everyone. I'm so...
And what is up, y'all? We are back from break, and our wonderful song doesn't want to play today. So I'm glad you guys are still here, hopefully enjoying the little tunes that we have going on the whole time. We're going to pick up right at the black metal barrel with everyone coming together, and we'll see what happens before the end of the day here. So you all come in. Narissa, you're there. Metal's like kind of messing with this bird and like trying to pet it as it flies away from him, and Aguba, his metal raptor, is like chasing it around. And so the ravens up in the rafters like cawing. Oliver and Uwasa are laughing, or at least Uwasa is pantomiming a laugh as you guys all walk in and see this commotion happening.
Oh, look at that. Oh, she's a beaut.
She's an asshole.
Oh, no, that can't be true. Come on. And I'll try and like have it.
Okay, this is going to be a disadvantage because of all the craziness happening. It's not in a good mood.
All right. I guess.
And Metal's like, hey, I'll go back. Come here.
All right, that's bad.
And the raptor just kind of chink, 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 runs away and like coils up by the smithy.
10.
10. It like looks around and
Maybe offer it something to eat.
Well, did you get raven food?
I mean, ravens just eat whatever they can find. Do you have jerky?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we can find something. I think I would know what a raven would like.
roll history.
I don't know. They like
History
they like
or nature?
peanuts.
Okay, nature. You're right. I'm sorry, I got stuck on the memory half of things.
Yeah, all I know is that they like. Ooh,
Sorry.
they like peanuts.
30-20.
30-20. Just like grains they can get by. They really just kind of eat anything, but they're known as like scavengers.
Yeah.
So fresh meat or even decaying meat is not a bad idea.
Okay. I mean, I'll see if I'm sure we have meat here.
I'm sure you guys have rations,
Yeah.
jerky, salted.
Yeah, I'll take
meats.
some meats and
Okay.
just like offer them in my hand for it to peck at.
Okay, make another animal handling check without disadvantage.
Come on.
12.
12.
I improved.
It flies down and grabs the meat, and it like stops for a second on your arm and like looks at you, and then flies back up to the rafters.
Well, that's an improvement, I think.
I suppose it's just going to take a little bit of time to warm up to us. Maybe if we continue to feed it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a pre-trained raven, correct?
Yes.
Shouldn't take too long. I think it's just a little stirred up.
Probably just needs to get acclimated.
Give it some time, a couple of days, and I'm sure it'll be just right.
Right.
Well, Narissa, how'd your shopping go?
Oh, easy enough. And she'll just pull out the maps. They only had one of Weisgard.
Here, wait. How much? What's on the table?
What's on the table?
Yeah.
Maybe like some like tools for putting things together. The cups that you had from earlier with the
Okay.
tea.
All right. I'm gonna pick up my cups and set them over there, and then go.
You're insane. Like my cups.
I like how he tenderly grabs the cup.
And Metal, you can hear Metal from the fucking smithy. He's like, my tools. Be careful back there.
All right, place it down. This is the new war room.
The
In the middle of the
tavern?
tavern.
Oh, we're in the tavern.
We have a bloody
Yeah,
room for this.
I'm
mate.
sorry.
You're
I thought
upstairs?
I was in a different room. Okay.
I mean, we can look at the maps down here.
No. Let's go to our war room.
He just knocked everything off the table for nothing.
Jesus.
You
Whistle
are
for the
gonna
bird to come with us.
pick this up, right? Before you,
Yeah, I'll pick it up.
okay? And you guys, and like Joshua comes and he runs up and he's like, you guys always having conversations without me. When you gonna let me in? And you hear Marco, he's like, you're not a soldier yet, boy.
It's true. How old are you?
Well, I'm gonna be 5 next turn.
All right.
Wow.
How's
He's
about
super young.
when you're older?
That's what Dad always says.
Yeah, well,
Well, it takes some time, little one, but
Apparently here it takes some time.
yeah,
Yeah, well.
in normal world.
Yeah, where I'm from, I was already fighting.
Yeah.
okay.
You hear that, Dad? She was fighting since she was my age. Son, you're not a woman. Come on.
Shit.
Look, Jossa, take this time as a wee lad and play with your toys and go make friends and
I'm gonna go play with some tools and finish building up his tavern that y'all have not been here to work on.
For sure.
Well,
So-
Joshua, I don't really appreciate the attitude.
Well, I don't appreciate being kept out of things. And he grabs some of the tools and like stomps off.
All right. Well,
Well, let's
kids.
sure.
And you see Marco and he just kind of like tips his hat at you guys with a wry smile on his face. Justine's rocking the baby, just kind of laughing.
Let's proceed with the business upstairs.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I will be joining you if that's okay.
Oliver?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Whatever. Only joking, Oliver. Come on, let's go. Have at it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna come.
Go
Might have
upstairs
to have
and-
a rapier to your neck, but you know,
You're not putting anything to my. Let's go. Come on.
up we go.
So, what's on this table?
Nothing. I don't even think there's like a table in this room. Do you think this room is furnished already? What would you like to be in this room?
At least a
I
table.
thought at least a table.
A table and some chairs.
Yeah,
Then
probably.
I don't think there would be anything on said table.
Okay, then I go. I blow the dust
The
off.
sawdust off. Okay. I have a map of the whole, like the world map,
And
and then
the whole map of Elbrin.
Burnwell and Weisgard, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll set those down,
Okay.
and I'll put little paperweights on the edges of them.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll say yeah, paperweights.
Just
Rocks
Yeah,
or
some
something.
rocks. Yeah,
Point.
Yeah, pieces of wood.
just stacks of like in order would be like copper for least important, gold for most important.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Well, I think we've got a lot of things to do. Oh, you know what would be good next time is we could get like a chalkboard and hang it up, and so we can like, you know what I mean?
I mean, can't we just pin up the maps, get some yarn, and
Yeah, no.
you want
no.
like a list?
I want like a list, and like maybe we can write some things.
I
some
mean, I
notes
did
and-
get plenty of paper and ink. I have a lot of notes to send if we want to do that. And she'll
Okay,
kind of-
sure.
Maybe make some kind of corkboard and
Yeah. We'll just pin up a little piece of paper.
okay, I can put that in the runnings. I mean, there's plenty we
A
can do.
corkboard and a chalkboard maybe later.
She'll
Alright.
point to the map and just kind of trace her finger up that way that we were talking about. I think from
Burnwell to the Moor of
up
Dead
to
Men,
Moor of Dead Men,
to
Weisgard,
to
Molly
Sup-
Touche.
Here, let's do this.
Oh yeah. So that our viewers.
Yeah.
If
I-
we can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
So
we
we
go.
want to go from
You do it.
here to here on the Moor of Dead Men, through Weisgard, and all the way up to Molly Touche. Okay, once we go digital, this will be easy to present to you guys.
Personally, I think this is what we should do.
Where is Orin on this map?
Orin is part of the Burnwell Kingdom, so it's technically over here.
In that
So
area.
just outside.
Yeah, just in this area.
So it'd be on the way to the Moor of Dead Men.
Yes.
Well, we have a new assignment from our benevolent king.
Okay, but what do we think? How long do we think it's going to take us to go from Burnwell to the Moor to Weisgard up to Mully-Tushu and then make our way back? Is it going to take us half a bloody year?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
there's
that's
one,
fair. That's
One
a
thing
long
that we
time.
should take into consideration is like the literal travel time that
Right.
like we should just map out each from point A to point B
to C.
Strictly travel time and how long that takes, and
Yeah.
then B to C and C to D
Yeah.
Right. And then double it for
Yeah.
our way back.
for
If
our
it
way
takes-
back.
And we
If it-
have to take into consideration the amount of time we're going to be spending in each of these
Right,
places.
but we should start with the travel time, and then add how much time we're gonna be there.
Well, if it took you about 12 days to get to the Redolent Wood, and another, how much time did you spend there to get into Ilhayat itself?
3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
So we'll call that 16, and he draws a line from here to here. So if we're going to the moor, that's a little bit less. We could call that maybe 13, 14 days. Just
Would
over
Ersid
a
have a good idea of how long it takes to travel from place to place?
say that again.
Would Ersid have a good idea of how long it would take to travel? I mean,
Yeah.
I've been around a little bit.
I mean, sure. Are you just trying to map this out and like?
Yeah, just maybe me and Oliver, just so that we can collaborate and figure out these distances.
I'd say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're thinking maybe like 13 or 14. Well, it took 16 days to get to the Redolent Wood.
Well,
To get to Ilhayat specifically
Yeah.
is what it sounds like.
Right.
I know you guys got to the Redolent Wood pretty quickly. And then
Yeah.
deeper into the Redolent Valley is where we find Ilhayat, which is somewhere over here. So if the Moor of Dead Men, which is a well-traveled landmark
Right.
on this continent, it should be.
Also, we wouldn't be traveling through the wood at all. We'd be
Yeah.
traveling.
yeah, and that would be easier.
It would, yeah. I would imagine that our travel time would be at least maximized because of limited environmental.
So to the moor itself, maybe, but the moor is quite a large area. Once you get into the swamp, things become quite difficult and muddy. Things will suck you in. You're in the swamps and the mug.
So,
right?
what are we thinking? Like 12 days to get to the Moor of Dead Men?
To get to the outskirts, probably somewhere between. It's more of a straight line, but it is further away than the edge of the Redolent Wood. I still think 14 is a reasonable assumption.
Okay, if we say that takes 14, then from there to Weisgard.
From there to Weisgard, if I have an idea of this, I'm gonna say maybe another 8 to 10.
We'll say 10 for the sake of it. And from Weisgard to Malitusha?
That's going to be your longest trip, I think.
Yeah.
From here, it looks to me like 20 days,
All right.
near a whole month.
So that's 44 days total. If we double that, then
Of
it's
just travel time.
88. If we stay, let's say 10 days each place, that would be 118 days total.
So just shy of 4 months.
Yeah.
And I don't believe you all can leave unless this is done by the end of Mischievous Moon.
Right.
What, our tavern?
No. The tavern should be done at the end of White Stag. Mischievous Moon is the end of our contract.
No, he gave us 6 months.
That is the 6 months.
Oh.
Wait, so.
Wait, he doesn't want us to leave Burnwell?
He wants the cavern surveyed
Okay.
and
well,
reported by the end of Mischievous Moon.
Yeah, but if it's only taken us 4 months to do everything else we have on the list, we can tackle the tavern or the cavern.
Last,
on
on,
the
our
way
way back.
back.
Tether Moon. We're in the middle of Tether Moon now. We have White Stag, and if you guys leave now, it is going to take much longer to finish the Black Metal Barrel. So that's up to you if you want to leave during our production phase. However, so let's assume you stay, then you would have Lawless Moon, Piscean Moon, Fallen Moon, and Mischievous Moon, and that's without any issues.
That was 5
That's
that
4.
you just counted? Oh, 4.
4. So you would be crunch time in surveillance of the cavern.
I thought we had an extra month in there, though, because, like,
I think
we
that's
didn't.
this month that you're thinking.
Because I would feel like if you were gonna give us like a 6-month time frame, you wouldn't give us like a 4.5 month time frame because there's already been time that has happened. If that makes sense, like you would probably start
so you
from
have
the next
until
month.
the end of Mischievous Moon.
So We
so
really
counting this month, because it was pretty early upon this month that you guys made that deal. You guys were within the first ride of the month.
We have 5.5.
5 2/3.
Okay.
And I believe the contract says until the end of Mischievous Moon.
Well, maybe it's better that we ride out the rest of these months, finishing up our stuff here. We can mingle, make some contacts,
Yeah.
make our contacts, finish our fucking tavern, and then we just tackle our time-sensitive thing and then
We'll just
move
do
on to the
Orin
rest.
first.
Yeah, I don't want to, but it's fine.
Yeah.
We can do it. We have to.
I think it's just our best course of action, and then we can move to the Maw of Dead Men after.
Honestly, we can just go in there, walk down it for a certain distance. If it's taking forever, why don't we just collapse it?
I mean, yeah,
We could do that.
we could.
Because
mean-
he did say he wants it closed. If we walk down there and we're in there for days, we should just walk back and collapse it. There's no point in wasting time.
He said that, and I don't see why he fucking said that, as if the dragon didn't collapse a whole fucking mine on its way out. I don't know what collapsing a tunnel is gonna do.
It would be harder for it to return, I guess.
It was there for nigh 2 months. Whatever cavern it made, it probably took that time.
I suppose. If
So-
the dragon wants to come back, I also don't think it needs a bloody tunnel.
So
It
then
can-
why did it make a tunnel?
I don't know.
I mean,
Sure.
yeah, I don't know what we'll find when we go down there. I genuinely do not. I mean, God knows how far it leads.
All I can say is that it leads pretty goddamn far, unless it come out somewhere and he flew away, because I could still feel a connection to the orb that was dwindling when he left.
If I'm not mistaken, the king probably wants to know the service of the tunnel. Sure, they want it collapsed, but why is it there in the first place?
Sure.
I think they could handle not having that information. But if this involves the dragon, that might be important to us.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. We'll do that second, after the tavern and connections are made.
Yeah.
Then we move to the mall.
Yeah, because once our tavern is finished and we survey the cavern, then we don't have any time sensitivity. We can just go off
Right.
for however long it takes to get to Mulitushu and back. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, hear me out here. If things go well, it's Bloody Raven. If it's not out on... What exactly did you get that for?
For us to send messages so that it doesn't go through a third party like the people who train them.
General
I-
Falconers, but
I
who?
Oh, I'm going to send a message to our friend Phil in Arid to keep tabs on what Arid's finest are doing, since they're always a problem, and if they're in our way, then it would be nice to know where they're going to be. And I think he would probably be willing to tell us.
Yeah.
Secondly,
We also wanted to talk to that person in Weisgard.
I want to send a
Salo,
message to
man.
Salo because, unfortunately, I guess, he is the only person who might be able to, A, keep us from maybe being imprisoned, or,
Immediately incarcerated.
and secondly, I need to find out more about the church. I don't know anything about it at all, and I don't want to make any decisions based on knowledge I don't have.
So that's the importance of hitting Weisgard in general.
And there is a
Manny to
Manny
Mabel
to
is
Mabel
also
is there.
there.
Okay, understood.
If we can make a good impression on Weisgard in any way, it would be huge for us.
Absolutely. And honestly, if we could, we open another black metal barrel and then the broken blades can extend even further. I do need to get my hands
Expanding
in
into
this.
into Weisgard, open up a franchise.
Not just that, but we need intel. The more
Right.
intel coming from more of the continent, the more jobs we get and the better we are. And we might actually, well, be picked up as one of the main units of a kingdom. I mean, we already have, it seems, an inn with the king, yes?
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Also, if we keep the raven with us, once we look through if we start at Orin and we figure out what's going on, we can always send it back to tell the king what happened.
That's true.
That is fair. The only thing that worries me is depending on where you send it, who knows how well a foreign raven will be accepted. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting that the king would want to hear it from our mouth.
There's no point. I mean, we can always have maybe Oliver or something come with us to Burnwell or to Orin, and then you could head back and tell the king.
When I say a foreign raven, I mean sending it to Weisgard or Arid. I am not entirely convinced that the king would not accept a raven from us. So if that is on the itinerary, if you want to head out to wherever this cabin leads, if you guys want to head to Weisgard and update him mobilely, I don't think that's the worst idea. However, I mean, do you want us to come? I mean, the Broken Blades can saddle up any time, but not sure how much Marco and his family can just run the tavern.
If you were to come, I would only expect it to just be to Orin, too.
Yeah, and somebody needs to conduct business here. Well, you know, aside from running this new establishment that we have, you also need to help run the actual guild. You know what I mean?
Yeah, someone's got to run it.
I might send Uwasa with you.
Well, that is part of the reason we're going to Malitushu. Is it not?
I mean, however long she wants to stay, it sounds like in this situation she might have to return to update us for us to update the king. However, it's not that I doubt my skills, but as you've seen, I'm much better with my words than I am with a sword.
Yeah.
Is there a way to mark a raven so that it won't be, like, captured?
What do you mean?
If I just don't see why Weisgard or Arid would, like, capture a foreign raven if ravens are the main form of communication. You know what I mean? Like,
Well-
messages aren't going to really be getting in and out anywhere if that's what's happening.
Sure, but you have to assume that if the raven, if it is an unmarked raven and it arrives at its destination, then the receiver,
Well,
Well, you
I'm
know,
sure
like
it lands at, like, a raven messenger
a post,
post.
yeah,
And then the person will take it and see that it is for someone
right,
and then bring it to them.
right.
If
Like-
you want to send ravens to posts, that does not eliminate your issue with a third
With
party.
the third party, yeah, that's
I
right.
suppose. Well,
Now, the ravens tend to be marked. They usually carry a flag or some sort of symbol
put a
embosoning.
little bandana on it.
A little,
They carry the colors of the kingdom that they fly
it's
for.
marked with the seal. The letter is marked with the seal of the king.
That is
yeah,
well.
or from wherever it's coming from.
Okay.
So if
Look.
it's coming from us,
We have other contacts in Weisgard. We have Grant, who said he would help me.
But he said he would help you.
Yeah.
I'm just not as... It's not like I just don't know him at all, you know what I mean?
I barely know him as well.
well, here's what I'm thinking about sending it to Arid, for example, right? We want to make sure that it gets... Right, the point of getting a raven was to skip around the middleman, the third party, right? So we want it to get exactly to Phil, okay? But the raven doesn't know exactly where Phil lives. So what we would need to do is send it to a post first with a letter to specifically attention to Phil that doesn't say anything important, so that if there is a third party and they're reading through our messages, they read it and they're like, oh, this is just a message to Phil. I'll give it to him. And then somehow in that message, we need to ask for Phil's direct line of direct address, right? So that next time when we send the Raven out, it can skip the post and go straight to him. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I understand.
It seems like a lot. Going in the arid, I mean, how do we get that message in there? Magic's out of the question.
Right.
Hidden.
Some kind of fucking code in the message.
And how do we know that this field would know this code?
Right.
I mean, we could just ask for his address. Like, it could just be that in the message.
Yeah, we could.
Hello,
We-
Phil. How is your husband?
How's your
Exactly.
husband? Hope everything's going all right. Oh, next time, to help speed up
I mean,
communication.
Phil is a pretty smart guy. I'm sure if you were to send something like, hello, how is your husband? I hope you're doing well. Things have been
Please.
happening here.
Oh, here.
We would love to know where to send something to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's your husband? Please give us your home address so that we can send you a gift for helping us last time.
I'm not gonna say no, but arid is the most closed off of the kingdoms in every single way.
Yeah.
Then we'll send that one last.
Just be careful.
Of course.
Well, in any case, we've devised kind of a way to
At least try.
try to contact, and we can use that same technique for our contacts in Viceguard as well.
I mean, I was just going to be very straight up. I really don't care. If Wiseguard reads what I wish to say to Salo, it doesn't matter. Arid, it does.
Sure.
All right.
I mean, best we can do is try, really. With a fucking Raven.
I mean, I do see a lot more success with Vice Guard. You have Salo on your side. They call him Salo the Jolly Giant. I think he would take advantage of that.
He-
Salo the Jolly
We're on terms of some sort.
I'm gonna try and give more food and try and pet the Raven, see if it's.
You've made 2 animal handling checks today. This will be your last one.
Okay. Ten.
10?
Man, this bird hates us, bro.
It's not like being mean anymore. It's quiet, and like you've noticed that even though it takes the food, it looks at you guys all as you are talking and like seems to register like you're speaking, and it's not trying to interrupt or be a nuisance right now.
Okay, well, that's good. It's
Yeah.
a trained bird. Once we give it the instructions, then
Yeah.
I'm sure
It'll
do what it's supposed to do.
Alright.
I assume.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're settled on this plan then. The one that we'll go to Orden first.
Go to Oren first.
Tunnels, more of dead men, Vice Guard, Molly Tushu. We come back.
Hopefully.
After our tavern is finished, we will leave.
Right.
Yeah. And in
Then-
the meantime, while we're here, we'll schmooze it up,
Yeah. You guys do that.
do some advertising, some connections, some networking.
I will learn how to send letters.
Yeah, that'll be a good thing while we're here. You practice that, get acquainted. Maybe you and I can try getting more acquainted with this Raven.
All right. So, you are all very busy. What I'll do in my time is I'll keep an eye out for any people who might need our help. If they're on the way, I'll give you guys the quest itself. Whether you decide to take it on or not is up to you, but getting our name out there is of great import, or at least I believe so.
Sure.
In this way, we're not asking you to go out of the way.
Sure.
All right.
So, meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned. She'll have she'll ask you to write her like a template letter.
You ever sent a raven before?
I don't think Kane has ever sent a raven, but he's definitely wrote some love letters in his time.
Okay.
They're
I think that's fair.
all all of them are love letters.
Okay, I think that's fair.
Just schmoozing letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that just goes in. I mean, if you're charismatic in conversation, then you should be. You'll be charismatic.
Right.
Yeah, she'll be like, just write in some phrases in there that I can like chuck into it.
Sure.
Okay. Oliver brings up the issue, or I guess the concern of a flag. Branding the bird itself. Is that something you're going to do? Are you going to hit it with a symbol? Are you going to hit it with a seal? Or are you going to let it fly free?
Should we
I think we should. I think we should mark it.
Burnwell colors, broken blades? Or something?
Well, yeah. The question is:
I don't-
broken blade colors, Burnwell colors,
Just
or
Burnwell
no
colors?
colors?
Not Burnwell colors.
How's Burnwell's colors? How is Burnwell and Erid? They don't get along.
They were on. They had essentially like an allyship.
Yeah.
Not long ago.
But the king also said not to speak for him.
Yeah.
That's true. So
I was just
Last
thinking
time we
like this
talked.
is kind of where it's coming from,
yeah.
though.
I guess we should do broken blade.
I think we should do broken blade colors.
Yeah, because if it shows up, if we're truly concerned about someone intercepting the message and it's from an unmarked raven, I suppose that raises more suspicion. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and if it comes from Burnwell and they don't like what is in the message, they're going to be like, "Oh, Kingdom of Burnwell said fuck you.
Yeah,
How about fuck them?"
yeah.
So I don't think we
What
should
are our colors,
associate it.
Oliver?
Well, we're nothing special. I mean, browns and blacks are usually what we fly.
Do you have a seal?
I mean, just the broken hilt of a sword.
Works well enough for me.
Yeah.
If that works for you. I do remember that there was talk of rebranding. Just keep us updated if that happens. We're happy to follow. You are, well, our only source of income right now.
Sure.
We're expanding.
Indeed we are. So, if there's anything we can do, please keep us abreast of information.
For sure. They'll
Well-
make a little, I don't know, bandana to tie around the bird. It's got like the broken blade on it with the brown.
Yeah, like a
Kinda
little-
like a tan color.
A little like a little ribbon you tie around the foot of the raven, and then on the ribbon is like the seal.
I bet they would do something more like a bandana, because if you're seeing these things from the sky, you want them to be somewhat noticeable.
I feel like you would have just checked when it landed, but
I don't know. I think it depends. Because what if they don't want to let it land?
what is it, carrying a bomb?
Then you don't know.
I guess. Okay. Well, whatever. Look, I don't know how diplomacy works, so if
Yeah,
that's
I mean, she doesn't really
if
either.
that's
She's
how it
just
goes,
going
then
off
that's how
of,
it
yeah,
goes.
what
I
he's
just think it
saying,
would be
so.
a clear sign of an aligned raven, because
Sure.
they're gonna see a raven coming in and like, is it just a bird
Mm-hmm.
or is it a messenger?
Sure.
Okay. Then yeah, we'll put a little bandana on it. And I'll send, I guess because to be safe, Arid is closer, but it's also like kind of scarier. I guess I'll send out the message to Solo first.
Okay.
That's
awesome.
just like, hey, dude.
I want 3 animal handling checks from you.
Can I get
Can I
help?
help her?
You guys are gonna be too busy fucking around.
Can I help her with one of them?
I think that's what today was. I'll give you. Unfortunately, your rolls weren't good enough for me to give you advantage. I feel like nah.
All right.
3?
3.
Oh, they were actually pretty decent. A natural 20, a 15,
Okay.
and a 9.
Natural 20, a 15.
It's like an
a
average
9.
of 15.
Is it?
It's less. That's slightly less than 15, but
It's slightly less than 15.
14.75.
Then I would say, no, you're right. You can. It is the 14th when you've had this conversation. I think easily by the 20th, the Raven will listen to you.
Okay. I'll just continue to feed it and try and be friends with it, and then I'll get the letter template. Just write it out. That basically says kind of everything I was saying to them, where it's like, we're planning on coming to Weisgard.
Okay, you're sending this on the 20th. Okay.
Yeah.
Weisgard by Raven.
As the crow flies.
As the crow flies.
That should take. We'll see how long it takes.
Okay. For sure. That's basically like we've heard of a string of murders that have been happening, and we want to come
offer
our assistance. However, we are concerned about
our reception.
Yeah, our reception. Yep. Upon entering, if there's anything that maybe you could do to just keep us like neutral. That would be a great help, as well as I can't speak for everybody else, but I just don't know, I can't speak for anybody else. I would like to learn more about the Church of Othia, and if he wants to enlighten me, I'm willing to listen.
Awesome. That will take
And then every message she has, she puts a smiley face at the bottom of it, because she's like, well, how are they supposed to know that I'm smiling when I write this?
That's funny. You're gonna put like a little like snake tongue coming out the smiley face. Okay. We're gonna have you guys make some rolls now. Okay. So what would you like me to do? You want to roll for your checks first, or do you want me to roll for the kids first? I think the kids are ahead of the game, so I think the kids are gonna sell some rumors for you.
Yeah, let's have the kids do their thing.
Okay.
And we'll also see if they collect any information. Okay. It looks like I'll give you the answer to this after you guys make your checks. I'm gonna need 3 persuasion checks from each of you. 1 as you carouse with the lower class, 1 as you carouse with the middle class, 1 with the upper class. Whoever wants to make these rolls can. There will be no double rolls from you. You can make 1, you can alternate, whatever you guys want to do.
No, you do it. Do all of them.
I mean, if you guys both want to roll, I can take some averages.
No, you just do all of them.
You just got it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Come on.
Nice. That's really bad. A 12.
For sure.
23. And 15.
12, 23, and 15. And you're mainly trying to make some homies that can do what exactly? Just to have some ins.
Yeah, have some ins. We want to be able to...
We want to elevate our status.
Yeah. Actually, let's try this. What do you hope to accomplish with the lower class citizens of Burnwell?
That's a good... Yeah, okay.
Lower class, I suppose I want contacts and information going around the city.
Yeah, and to generally be looked on favorably by general commoners.
Okay. And that was the 12.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And what about the middle class?
Middle class, I would say maybe...
It's the strongest class.
Yeah, so I would say we want some... Maybe some business.
Business owners.
Yeah, we want favor with businesses. And maybe some patronage of our own to come through.
Maybe some collaboration, like so that we can increase our brand name.
Mm-hmm.
What do you, once we decide the contacts, we can decide what type of collaboration you may or not receive.
Okay.
Okay. And that was the 23?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose it kind of goes without saying, but I suppose to be looked upon favorably by all classes would be ideal. So
I think that's fair, but that's the main goal of the lower class specifically.
Yeah,
middle class
because-
can offer a little bit more.
yeah.
And you want the lower class sowing more rumors for you? Was that it?
I feel like they're just the ones who are going to be able to do it the most.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like if that's the lower class's main goal, then it might permeate.
Though middle
Upwards.
class may be the most, like you said, the most powerful.
Because it's probably,
I feel like
generally, economically speaking, the middle class is the biggest.
sure, but I think in this world it is not. I feel like lower class
what?
is probably,
What do
but
you?
I don't know.
I mean, is it
In Burnwell, the lower class is definitely
The most
the
popular.
big?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. But then the middle class is bigger than the upper class, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You've been to the Iron District. You've seen the map. It's much smaller than the smelting is.
Yeah. So that's why more might get done if the lower class is trying to sow rumors
Right.
and stuff, because there's more of them.
Okay. And what do you want to do with the upper class? And that was a 15?
Upper class was a 15.
Okay.
Oh man.
I want them to come spend money at our tavern.
Yeah.
Say, it's really nice. It's like really nice.
Real sick there.
Maybe get invited to like bigger things and exclusive. Have the ear of powerful people,
Yeah.
generals, bank owners, financial district leaders, government officials, have people in our back pocket that we can that we're friends with, and we'll scratch their back if they scratch ours.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Everything is looking pretty interesting, and as you guys spend the next 27 days carousing, a couple of days pass. It's about a month from now, so we're looking at the 14th of the White Stag Moon. It's late at night. You guys have got home from a very long day of just fucking around the city, getting drinks, hanging out with people. You've gone to a couple of people's homes. You feel like this is going well. Your perspective with the general populace is solid. You guys have even had people come to the Black Metal Barrel, hoping to patronize, and you have to send them away with maybe a shot or a drink, as you guys are still not open yet. Coming to the end of this month, your grand opening is about to unveil. And as Oliver has you all sit down to sort of make some plans for this, there's a knock at the door of the tavern. Mind you, it's like 11, 12 in the night.
I'll get up.
Okay.
I suppose what do you reckon that could be?
Hopefully someone good.
Yeah, for sure. Like, ugh.
So I'll get up and I'll go. Hey. Yeah, sorry, we're not open yet, but be sure to come back for our grand opening soon.
It's me.
Matthias.
I just want to talk.
Well, what are you doing out so late? I mean, can't I wait for the morning?
I'm gonna stand up and walk over to the door. Bloody let him in.
All right, I'll open the door.
And as you open the door, you see Matthias just kind of sitting there. He's looking around. His hair's all like puffy and matted, and he's just kind of twiddling his hands together. And behind him, you see two large, what you can only assume may be like orc or half orcish men, dressed in like black studded leather armor. And they both have like almost like surgical masks on. That protrude a little bit like plague doctors.
Who? The Black Metal Barrel has been asked to conference with Oblivion's March. May we enter?
Is that I like look over and I shoot Kane. That's not the Val. What are they
No,
called?
it's not.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember who they are. Come in.
Oh, all right.
And the two brutish men walk in, followed by Matthias. And behind them, you see some familiar faces. Rosa kind of skips in, kind of leaving spores as she dances by and she smiles and waves. Glacier just slides in silently as usual, and a chill sort of descends over the tavern itself. And as this happens, you see Oliver kind of whisper over to Iwasa to get Marco and Justine and them up to their rooms and sort of out of the generic environment. Tragedy walks in, smiling, a very big smile. Hi, Kane.
Hello. And
Broken blades.
I'll turn around and walk, and as I'm walking,
Have we met these people?
not facing them, I'm gonna cast message to Erced, and I'm gonna say, I'm sorry, what was the name of it?
Oblivion's March.
Yeah, Oblivion's March. Say, Oblivion's March, I think, is a way that we can get contracts to steal.
And behind Val is a shorter man. Their skin is like this ruddy, bronzish, almost like rusty color. They're very stout and strong, chest big out, carried with a lot of confidence. They have this almost like visor on that's looked like it's made out of black wood, and knotted, dreaded hair that goes down over their shoulders and their chest. As they all sort of surround him, and he sits at the table. Well, hey there. This is the Black Metal Barrel.
That's right.
Fine place you got here.
Thanks. Can I get you a drink?
I would love one.
All right. I'll go back and I guess it's probably in the back.
Your finest, please.
Is that one for everyone then?
Just us. Those who will be talking.
Okay. So I'll go back and get some drinks.
I suppose we should cut to the chase. So why are you here and why are you with that demon woman?
Tragedy here is of my employ. Same with Matthias. So, I hear you've been trying to get some word around. Steal some of our business.
Well, we are in the business of stealing, are we not?
We are in the business of stealing. And as everything knows, there's honor amongst us. And right now, not really sure how honorable you all are. That being said, how could you have known?
Well, suppose I didn't, but I was going through your middleman.
That is correct, which means you're going through me. By the way, let me introduce myself. They call me Big Black.
Okay.
All right. They call me Ersid.
And
Nerissa.
I know your name, Kane.
I'm sure my reputation precedes me.
I've heard much about you. And the rest of these broken blades. Messengers, Tuhanu.
No, that's not true.
I just like audibly laugh. What gave you that idea?
I don't think it's necessarily my idea. However, that's what people are saying.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And you're trying to take advantage of my little rats around here.
Sorry, your rats?
We have some people. They gather information. Sounds like some of them tried to get an outside job without going through me first.
Why do they have to go through you at all?
Aren't they freelance?
Freelance. They're runners. And we give them housing. We protect them. You see, everyone wants to think that it's the king who's in charge. But unfortunately, there's always power behind the throne.
Or underneath it.
You are a smart cookie, you.
Look, are we gonna do business here, Mr. Black?
Yeah, well, what is it that you're getting at?
Or are you just trying to throw your weight around, mate?
Look, if there's honor amongst us, then state what you want to say.
Well, you stay out of our business, or we become business partners.
Oh, okay. That's not a bad ultimatum, I suppose.
What does that entail?
What does staying out of your business entail?
Well, if you want the Black Metal Barrel to continue to receive business and be a profitable piece of real estate, we'll become partners.
Yes, but what does that mean? What do we do for you then?
We use this establishment to essentially house any contraband we may have.
Wants us to fence for him?
He wants us to be a fucking hotspot.
Up front.
As well,
No, I'm sorry, don't you have a place?
we have a few.
Okay.
So, business is business. As well, we can make sure that your appearance stays on the up and up with the rest of the kingdom. And maybe they won't think you are dragon lovers anymore. However, that comes at a cost.
And how much is that?
I'm thinking 50, 60%.
60% of our income that we make from...
The Black Metal Barrel.
I think that's fair. But
Don't
you
you-
guys stay here.
Don't you make enough money off of your fucking shit that you're selling and whatever? If we're
Okay.
keeping your stuff here.
Okay, wait. So that's option one, which is business partners. Now, what is option two that you gave us, which is to, stay out of your. How'd you put it?
Business.
Yeah, stay out of your business.
Well, I mean, the Black Metal Barrel here is pretty close to completion. I'd be ashamed if there were any accidents.
Yeah.
Especially to some of the employees here.
Or maybe to you right now.
Okay. Now look who's getting ahead of themselves.
Bro!
First of all, how many of them are there right now? There's like 5 of them.
There's
The 2 orcs.
2 orcs, there's Matthias, there's the Midnight Carnival, that's 3, there's 7 of them right now.
Yeah, well, Matthias isn't gonna fight.
Well, we don't know.
Sure. Okay. I see your threat. But again, I would ask that you gave us the option of staying out of your business.
I mean, I did.
Oh, so that's okay. I understand. Huh.
So stay out of the business, and something happens to our business.
I mean, that's the only way to keep you out, yeah? Or what
Well-
would you propose?
Well, I guess. Forgive me for being naive and thinking that you might be, an amicable person. But I was under the impression that when you said that, you meant like we won't step on what your business is, and so then that way you're not losing any profit. Like, if your business is stealing stuff, then maybe we just won't steal stuff anymore. And then that way we're not taking away from your business opportunities.
I mean, you would have to stay completely out of our half of the smelting. I think that would be amicable. As well as definitely keep your hands off those kids.
Yeah, I knew that's who you was talking about, but that doesn't really work for me.
Well, if you would like to share them, then we can care for them together.
I'm not fancying the 60-40 cut here, and also being your housing for hot items.
And why not? Some of those hot items might be useful to you.
Yeah, they might be, and they might be a big hindrance if Val keeps her mouth running the way that she's been
Tragedy,
doing.
Cain.
Whatever.
That's why I was whatever.
We're closer than that.
No, we are not.
Okay.
And we will be respected here.
Sure then. If Tragedy keeps running the mouth the way she's been doing, she wants to be respectable, spreading rumors and lies, calling us messengers of Tuhanul. That's got to stop. We're not taking a 60-40 cut and holding your hot items. There's too much risk in it for us, with not enough profit. And we're working together, so I expect money coming from you guys as well.
Or persuasion.
$20.
Well, now, have you ever known to see Tragedy get into trouble
Sure.
without you being involved?
Well, I suppose not.
We take care of our own. Sure, this place might be a little toasty after we start to occupy it. However, we expect something comfortable. Trust, you will not be in danger. And when you say we get hot items, we do get hot items. Things that you might like.
Oh,
So to agree with a 60-40 cut, depending on what shipments we get in, we'll let you pull from it. We happen to get a lot of nifty devices here and there. Things that can keep your backs a little colder for a while. As well, whatever you decide to do with those items that you procure, useful or useless, it's all worth something.
Okay, now you're being negotiable.
I mean, I try to take care of my own, and I try to get rid of those I consider a threat. So, I think this is an opportunity for the Black Metal Barrel, and he looks around, and the Broken Blades, to become part of the Oblivion family.
I mean, we can keep our name though, yeah?
Midnight Carnival keeps theirs.
Okay. What about 65-35?
You want to give us more?
No. Oh, whoa.
The 60-40
The 60
cut
is
is
for
40
them?
and us.
Oh no, that's too much. That's too
why
much.
I'm
No.
arguing with him. If it was 60-40 us, I would take it.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to make a profit. We're taking a bet on you here. Val may have spit some very acidic...
Isn't it tragedy?
Excuse me. Tragedy may have spit some very acidic words towards your people. However, you've done work for me before, Kane. We seem to have a relationship, whether you like it or not. And before your little mishap, things were good.
If I may.
Are you talking about my fucking eye?
No,
Okay.
way back when.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's that much of a bet. If anything, we've proved that we can outdo this Val tragedy person that you got here. I mean, if you want to cut down on expenses, just, fire her and just hire us.
They happen to keep in tow some very, very affluent clients. We'd be taking a loss. As well, if I remember correctly, as reported, the loss was quite, close. They're not too far behind you.
A loss is a loss.
A loss is a loss. However, I've been doing business with them for far longer. And again, you do have the option to receive magical items on both a discount and a free basis. That itself should be worth more than, 10%?
55-45.
Roll persuasion.
Can't fucking roll anything today, dude. 8.
My offer stands firm, and once a year, we'll give you first pick. We move a lot of weight.
You two make the decision. I don't want anything from you.
Fine enough, miss.
Can we have a private conversation?
I'll give you 5 minutes.
All right. I look to both of them and I go,
Sure.
okay. So we go up to the war room.
You bringing the rest of the broken blades with you?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay.
Okay, I'm speaking in a very, I want a stealth voice. I do not.
Roll stealth.
Okay.
Guess we should all.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, there it is. My natural 20.
It is what you do.
It is what I do. The dice know.
Yeah.
9. She's like, I fucking hate that guy.
12.
Okay.
He's a bully. I don't want to do business with a bully.
Okay. Narissa, listen. I don't want to do business with them either. But we've got a lot riding on this right now, right?
Right.
And I mean, as much as it pains me and my pride to say this, they have the upper hand at the moment.
Right.
But the first thing that I thought when he walked in the door and said what he said, I thought, all right, do this for now. You know what I mean?
Until the cards are dealt better in our favor.
Exactly. So I don't know if we have a better option at the moment.
I don't want anything to happen to our establishment, nor to our...
Friends and colleagues.
Right.
That is what I'm most worried about, mate. Oblivion's march doesn't just march in without a reason. You guys must have really been, making a name for us.
I suppose so. Okay.
I guess we'll take it. for now.
That will have a bigger enemy in the city.
Right, and this, we don't want to shit where we eat.
And right as we're about to leave too.
Yeah.
We just have to do it for now.
Okay.
You go back down.
Yeah.
So, have you find constituents come to an agreement?
Yeah.
So, the rumors about us will stop. In fact, if we're partners, you will help us have a more favorable perception amongst the public, and you want our business to thrive, so that would behoove you as well. 60-40, fuck all, whatever, okay. And we get piece of the merchandise that comes through, like you said. Those are the terms?
Now, I don't want to step on the Midnight Carnival's toes, but I'd be happy to promote the Black Metal Barrel. Your grand opening will be quite grandiose. And I have some information to trade you for not promoting your mercenary guild. Specifically for our friend here, Kane. You brought up your eye. Do you want to know who took it?
Yeah.
There's only one group of people powerful enough that roams these parts to summon that kind of creature. The Red Wizards.
Yeah, I feel like we always knew that.
And they're taking up home in the Moor of Dead Men right now.
Okay.
Okay.
But you don't know why or who specifically in the Wizards would do it? How the fuck do they know me?
Kane, I know you. Tragedy knows you. The whole world seems to know about you for some reason. You keep sticking your hands where they don't need to be. You guys are all making a name for yourselves. So I really don't think you need my help with promotion. You guys think you're good, and I can tell you, you sure as hell ain't bad. And I wouldn't come to you with this proposition if I didn't think you could all perform. Now, I know my means are a little aggressive, but trust, once you're part of the family, you'll be treated as such.
Yeah?
All right.
We'll take your deal.
Well then, glad to do business with you. And that's where we're going to end for the day, you guys. This was fun. I will see you guys bi-weekly from now on. We're not going to be streaming from next week, but on the 22nd, we'll be back on, and we'll just be going back and forth. So you guys enjoy your weekend, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
A lot of talking.
It always is. Everything takes forever in this.